Hello, guys. Welcome back to 1878 Blues. Potential D-Day tomorrow. Everton v Burnley at Goodison Park at 3 o'clock. A game I am dreading. A game that will, I think, for a lot of fans who still believe that we're going to stay up, whereas I'm kind of in acceptance mode right now. Um, I can't see any other way you could look at it if we don't pick up 3 points tomorrow. In my eyes, this deduction potentially coming in. We have no idea how many points it is. We don't, it's corrupt already, the Premier League. We already know that. And it's it could be anything. It could absolutely be anything, and it's disgraceful that any football club can be deducted twice in one season. It's crazy. It kind of just makes a mockery of the Premier League. It makes a mockery of everything, and that's what we're facing. And the only way we're going to get out of it, because it can't be obviously over 10 points or whatever. Well, you never know these days, but um, we have to give us any sort of chance of staying up. We have to win games. And it starts tomorrow. Even though, like I said, I'm in acceptance that we're down. I don't think this team's got it in them. I don't think Sean Dyche is much of a risk taker. I think he's too safe, and I don't think that is the tactic we should be going with, because we haven't got that ability to score goals in vital moments with these players, and these players, like I said, don't even score much anyway. So you're really relying on a lot of a lack of opportunities with trying to keep a defensive mind, and I don't think that's going to be enough for us with this deduction added on to taking off our points. Sorry, so um, if you don't win tomorrow, I can't see us with any other fan. I don't know how you could sit there and think that we still have any sort of chance, because I think that's it. Um, you have to beat Burnley at home. Now, any other time, things, freak results can happen. You still should expect to beat the likes of Burnley at home. But in a case where you haven't won in 13 games and potentially 14, if you don't pick up the win, then you deserve to go down. We deserve to go down anyway with that record. It's disgraceful. Yeah, it's not 13 losses in a row, but it's still a lot of. It's we haven't won since December, for fuck's sake. Last team we beat in the league was Burnley, so it shows how fucked up this situation is. Um, and yeah, we've got to make it a living hell for Burnley players. The team, they're 3 draws and 1 win in 4 games, haven't been beaten, so they're on a decent record for themselves, decent little run, sorry. But it's going to come to an end at some point, because they're not good enough for this league. But I'm saying that now, they could still finish above us with this deduction. So um, we have one job and one job only. I don't want a fucking point. I don't want anything. I don't want any side of that bottom we're playing picking up a point against us. We need to fucking get out of this situation. We've got too much on the line, more than other clubs here. We've got a stadium to build. Losing finances not to be in the Premier League, it could be fucking catastrophic. So we have to stay up, and we're not going to do ourselves any favours if we can't win in 13 games, potentially 14 tomorrow. You've just fucking shot yourself in the foot. Like, that's it. We can't blame anyone but ourselves. There's a lot of teams out there have got tons of injuries. We've had a fair few, but we haven't had as many as others. But our injuries feel a lot more. It feels a lot more impactful on the squad because of the size of the squad we have, the lack of quality we have. Um, we've again for the third, fourth season in a row. I feel like most of our games we've got 2 subs on the bench who are goalkeepers. Um, and it's just shows how fucking drastically bad this club's been ran from top to bottom. And but I still think, in my eyes, and it's no excuse to go 13 games without a win in this league. It's disgraceful. Um, and there's teams out there have put more up a fight who've got less experience in this league. And these players need to step up. And listen, we got away with it against Newcastle. We really did. And that's a bit of luck for a change, if you could say, because we haven't had any. Plus, with the poor performances, and you could say we don't deserve any of that luck. We've got to put it right against Burnley. We have no other alternative to this game is to win this game. We have to win. Now, I said it would be great to smash a team everywhere, 4-0 or whatever, just a random freak result, because that would boost, hopefully, players' confidence, players getting on the score sheet and whatnot. No one else should be fucking 4 own goals. But it has to click at some point, and, more importantly, we need to win this game. Whatever the score, scruffy own goal, 1-0 at the very end of the game. I'm not asked. 3 points is the main priority here. But it'd be obviously an added bonus if players can get on the score sheet and just relieve that pressure of us not being labelled as a team who don't score goals, many goals. So this home record's abysmal, absolutely shocking. What a way to kind of pull the curtain down at Goodison Park. We need to have a few more happy memories here, and it starts with tomorrow. And I just think there's no excuse. You have to beat Burnley at home. They've been on this run with 4 without defeat. Doesn't mean they're fucking invincible. They just found a little surge, a little bit of a momentum from somewhere. But you've got to fucking stick them to where they should be at, and they shouldn't be in this league. They're not up to now good enough, and that's no respect to Burnley. I've never had an issue with Burnley fans or the club. Well, they tried to sue us, didn't they? And they fucking beat us 3-2, which is my most viewed video on this channel. If you want to check it out, I'm fucking crying on it, basically. So that's bad memories. I haven't got particularly great memories with them, but playing against them and stuff. But there's no feeling sorry for anyone, or think give us on a bit of ease. Like, we have to win. There's just no if, buts, or maybes. Like, we have to win. And these players need to fucking step up. Some of them have been absolutely shocking for months, and they really need to start proving that they're a Premier League player, because a lot of them, I don't think, are acting or playing like they are. So big players need to step up at big moments. Big players who think they should be going elsewhere and are linked with transfer moves, they need to step up. I don't want this going to the last game of the season, which, there might be no other option that it could be. If, obviously, if you pick up points and the other teams around to start losing frequently towards the end of the season, which I can't see, because you always have a bit more fight, and it will get a bit more nerve-wracking down there towards the end with our deduction as well. So we have, like I said, have to win. Burnley, I've got a decent playing style. Company, maybe a little bit too late, trying to find a solution to how this team could play in the Premier League. I don't know if they've adjusted anything with the tactics. I don't know if he's just kept the same way, and results are finally paying off for decentish performances. You could argue Burnley are one striker away from being a decent team, and I know they can't defend as well, but if you have a decent striker, then you're flying, aren't you? And they play a nice certain type of football, a lot better than what I fucking see every day on that pitch for Everton. But yeah, after winning this game, I've said that a million times, but I can't stress the importance of it. I don't want to see all these fucking flags right now. The players should be up for it regardless of us fans trying to push the extra mile, because, again, a third season in a row now it's taking the piss. It has took the piss. It's an absolute farce that we're in this situation again. Obviously hasn't helped the deduction. It would have been 32 points we're on. I don't think we would have been stressing too much. Still obviously looking over our shoulder, but 6 points is a massive difference in terms of what we're going through right now. And we have to put it right. We have to win. We have to get this hoodoo off us, this horrible record off us. Calvert-Lewin's scoring is a big plus. Now, I am confident that we're going to win. I feel like we are going to win. I feel like in the end it's going to be some point we're going to have to win. But do not be fucking surprised if Everton let you down again. Do not be surprised. I'm waiting to be having this in my mind, expectancy of, come on, it surely has to end now, and then we end up losing like 3-1, 3-0 or something ridiculous, a joke of a result, and you're just thinking to yourself, fuck me, like, Everton are still this reality that we're living in right now, and they can't fucking just change something and change the momentum of this club and the fans and how they feel and everything and get a big result when really needed. I just can't. That's a horrible thought in the back of my mind. That's going to happen. I'm off tomorrow as well. I'm going to actually sit back and watch the last soccer Saturday. Might go to a bar, get a bite to eat, have a few drinks, and kind of like, instead of working and feeling like shit working with a horrible result from Everton, me being off work for a change might be a blessing in disguise. So who knows? To pick up 4 points against Newcastle and Burnley in a week is really good. So, we can start, hopefully, even though it's that tight end of the season and the pressure's more on and there's teams in and around you all playing, fighting for things, it should give us a bit of a boost of confidence. Um, but we'll have to see what happens. This all could fucking mean for nothing if we win a few games, and this deduction could send us down. All of this could mean for nothing, which is a disgrace to the sport and this league. But to give us any sort of hope and optimism, and towards the end of the season, whatever happens, we're not going to give ourselves any fucking chance if we don't win games like this of football. So we have to win these type of games. My prediction, I am fucking crazily saying this, 2-0 Everton. Don't know why, no idea. But I've got to have something from somewhere. I just think a team can't go on this long without a win, but Everton would be that team to do it. So, yeah, I'm not going to get my hopes up tomorrow. I'm just going to be numb to it all and just see what happens and pray that we're going to come out with a good result. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all soon. I'll see you for the reaction tomorrow.